Colby Covington is not a very popular fighter. Simply put, the majority of MMA fans dislike him very much. And you know what? He has often given them a reason to feel that way. But what if I told you that behind it all is a soft-spoken, humble guy who loves his country and those who serve it more than anything else?
The biggest thing with the military is that, I don't do this for the press. I don't do this to, get over and have a bunch of cameras here that's showing that I'm doing this. I do this because it's out of the goodness of my heart, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the Navy. My grandfather was in the Air Force and he was flying in the Korean War, and he was coming home from the Korean War and he got shot down in China, and the Navy actually had to save his life. And if they don't come and save his life and put him on their ship, I wouldn't be here today. So I owe everything to the Navy, and I'm forever grateful for what they've done.
Back in May, Covington spent almost a week with the Marines and Navy. He paid for the entire trip on his own dime and didn't want to make a big deal about it. They asked him what he wanted to do, and he said, whatever you're doing. He wanted to eat, sleep, and train like the men and women of the Marines and Navy.
This is our time, stand up and fight. Shake off this rust, we're gonna change the world.
Hanging out with Colby was great. The biggest thing that I realized was the similarities between our lifestyles. Colby wasn't a phenomenal fighter. He could definitely be a United States Marine. The discipline that both Marines and Colby share, as well as the warrior ethos that we share also. Marines are a very tight-knit bunch, and having him on board, we didn't miss a beat with him. He became one of the brotherhood, which was an amazing experience.
I think it's amazing. I think especially for people who give back to our military, it's just to understand what we do. So it's pretty incredible that he just came here specifically to see what our lives are like on board the ship and being out to sea.
It shows what kind of great guy he is, because being on a Navy ship, I'm pretty sure he was thinking like, wow, this is a great experience to do, and he did it on his own, which makes him very humble in general. He boosted our morale completely, because he was out there on the flight deck with us and just meeting everybody. There's a line of us just waiting to take pictures with him in front of the door.
I thought that was a very, very humble thing to do. You look at other people, they probably would have someone roll out the carpet, but no, this guy, it takes a lot of humility.
It says a lot about a person, when you're a celebrity or somebody famous, I feel like sometimes, you forget where you come from, where you started. And him, I saw it from him from the start that he's just a well-going guy. And for him being here on his own dime just said a lot to me that he really supports the military. And me being in the United States Navy, which I love, and I've been serving for a little over 13 years now, just literally opened my eyes out on celebrities, especially because of him.
So how do you feel about Colby Covington now? Chances are if you disliked him before, you probably still dislike him. And that's fine. All he really wants is for you to care either way. But one thing is for certain. The men and women who spent time with him that week in New York, they'll be definitely cheering him on this weekend in Newark, because they got to know the man, not the character.
I'll forever be grateful for this experience, and it's honestly been the best experience of my life. I'm gonna be fighting for them, and I hope they'll be fighting for me.